Aubrey Martinson. She is the founder of Chelsea Alehouse Brewery, and she is the secretary for the Michigan Brewers Guild. Aubrey, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. Thank you.
So first off, how are you doing? How's your family doing and holding up during all of this?
That is very kind of you to ask. We're all okay. We're adjusting. Thankfully, I don't have a family member, anybody in my immediate family or extended family that is sick. I'm very grateful for that. And we're all staying home and staying safe to the best of our ability. And, I've been home solidly since March 17th. And my husband, Chris, has been the one to leave the house and go into the brewery and, adjust the business as needed. So, yeah, but we're all safe. Thanks for asking. And I hope the same for you and your family.
So you are the founder of Chelsea Alehouse Brewery. For those who are unfamiliar, tell us a little bit about what your brewery does.
Yeah, so we're actually a brew pub, so that means we can make and sell our own beer, and we also have a Class C liquor license, so we can have other people's beer on tap. We serve cocktails, craft cocktails, and wine as well, and we're located in the small city of Chelsea. And we have a really loyal following. We have live music on Wednesdays and Sundays. I would say pre-pandemic, we had live music on Wednesdays and Sundays. And now we are, my husband laughs about this every day, but he's essentially turned our business into a pasty shop. So he's doing delivery and takeout, selling growlers to go out the door, and selling pasties. We did have a full menu, but now we're just simplifying.
So you're a small business owner, and every small business has been affected differently. How has the Chelsea Alehouse Brewery been affected by this, and what are some of the ways? I mean, you spoke about what your husband's doing with the deliveries. What are some of the ways that your business, other than that, maybe are working around this virus?
Yeah, and like everybody, the world around us was changing daily, for a while. And at least we're grateful for a little bit of stability, even though the news is terrible. We just know it's going to be terrible for a while. So like a lot of our member breweries in the Brewers Guild, we had to adjust really quickly. Some breweries have decided to close altogether. Some have really embraced the changes and are doing a great job with delivery and takeout. For our own business, we had to lay off our staff. So my husband is pretty much running things on his own, and one other employee is able to come in. And everybody is just waiting for this to be over. The streets of Chelsea are desolate, just like so many communities in Michigan as well as across the country. So we're taking it day by day. And like everybody, following every possible lead for, government grant funding opportunities, loans, filling out all the applications, just like so many of us are all doing. And it's trying. We're hopeful that, the Chelsea Alehouse is going to, come out of this. We're going to be a different business. We don't know what we're going to be seeing on the other side of this pandemic, but we hope to open and look a lot like we looked before.
Well, hopefully that does improve. You're also involved with the Michigan Brewers Guild.
Mm-hmm.
You're their secretary. How are you seeing other breweries being affected by the coronavirus and other ways that they're adapting?
Yeah, it's really amazing to see. Some people, like I said, did decide to close, and those are the businesses that do not have a food component. So, if they were just, come in and drink beer and that's it, no food, those businesses, some of them have closed. Others have really embraced the takeout and delivery. We're all worried. I mean, there's a good chance that a lot of the businesses, and not just breweries, but a lot of the businesses that, you frequent, on a daily basis pre-pandemic are not going to be there for you to frequent after the pandemic. This is really difficult. Most businesses do not have a reserve fund to make it, 4 to 8 weeks. It's just really, most of us don't have that, in our back pocket. So, it's been a big adjustment. And with the Brewers Guild, half of our mission is to gather thousands of people in one place for festivals. And we don't know what the future is going to look like for beer festivals. Gathering 10,000 people over 2 days in the Summer Beer Festival, it's going to look a lot different. We're going to have to put precautions in place, and come up with new ideas to engage the public, the beer drinking public, and our brewers and our members together. And it might not look the same. And we're trying to embrace change as much as we can across the board.
Yeah, and I know that your brewery in particular is a craft brewery, so that's different than
Yeah.
just a general pub. How is the craft beer production business being affected by this as well?
It really depends on your market. So, some folks are, really able to make a go at it if they're in a high population area, to do the delivery service. Not all breweries deliver, but some who are able to by law can. And so, they're making a go of it. They're getting their beer to market. Others are asking, what am I going to do with all this beer I can't sell? So there is some component of, people are sitting on product, and not all beer can last. A fresh IPA, it doesn't taste good, after a while, after it's been sitting around. So, so some people are dumping beer, but I think by and large, most people are, taking advantage of the shifting market, and they're doing their best to adapt. And I would say that, the people that I've been talking to are really, really trying to adapt, and most of them have. Whether it's successful, that's going to be that's an individual case by case basis, and it really depends on where you are. The rural folks are having a hard time. Some of the city folks are having a hard time. It just really depends on where you are.
You mentioned earlier the festivals are huge for breweries all throughout Michigan, and with the Michigan Brewers Guild, again, Aubrey Martinson, founder of Chelsea Alehouse Brewery and the secretary for the Michigan Brewers Guild. The Brewers Guild is big on communication and marketing for these breweries and these brew pubs throughout the state. So, with the festivals being out of the picture, what are some other ways that the Brewers Guild is helping these brew pubs and these breweries throughout the state of Michigan, throughout our area, to continue to get the word out and continue to be able to market their business?
Right. Well, and the festivals aren't quite out of the picture. We're still planning to host them. Like everybody, we are, we're surveying the landscape, and we're ready to make changes when and if we need to. But one of the things that the Guild does, and it does very well, is communicates with its members. So on the website, which is mibeer.com, we have a list of COVID-19 resources. Our executive director and 2 staff members are still working, and they're working from home. And Scott, Sherry, and Shannon are taking phone calls from brewery members and answering questions to the best of their ability. We have some folks who work with us in Lansing, and they've been doing a great job keeping us connected to the pulse of what's happening in the state level. And we do our best to share that information with our members, because the main point, yes, we promote our craft breweries and craft beer and Michigan as the great beer state, but we also, want to connect people with those resources. And that's half our mission, is to protect craft beer in Michigan. To protect beer in Michigan. And, we want to connect our brewers with the resources that we know about. And, we can't run your business for you. We can't fill out all the paperwork for you, but we can help connect you with those resources. And we're happy to share what we know.
So any brewery that would like to join the Brewers Guild, be involved with it, how can they get involved?
They can go to our Facebook page. They can search for Michigan Brewers Guild. They can go to our website, mibeer.com. And through that website, they can get in touch with us. And, anybody who is, interested, it's really a very welcoming organization, and there's a lot of camaraderie. We try to take care of each other to the best of our ability. And like all businesses in Michigan and in the United States right now, we're struggling. And what really helps us make it through this really hard time is knowing that you're not alone, and knowing that, there's help out there, and there are people out there who are willing to listen and just commiserate if we need to.
Aubrey Martinson, founder of the Chelsea Alehouse Brewery and the secretary for the Michigan Brewers Guild. Thank you for joining us today.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your work.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us, Aubrey Martinson, Michigan Brewers Guild secretary, on the MegaCast.